الله خايف من النيراني يا نور العين يا قاسي.
نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على سيدنا محمد رسوله النبي الأمين المكين الحنين الكريم الرؤوف الرحيم. أما بعد. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Dear brothers and sisters, in our last talk we discussed the rational basis of Islamic faith. Same is the topic before us today. I mentioned in the last episode, describing the necessity of Islamic faith and indispensability of Islamic faith, that there are four sources of guidance available to the man. Three of them have already been discussed. The first, instinctive source, we have discussed. The second is the physical source, that is guidance through senses, we have already discussed. And the third was intellectual source, that is guidance through intellect and reasoning. We have already discussed it. Now coming towards the fourth source, that is spiritual source of guidance. It is known as source through intuition. As I have already mentioned, that a man living in this universe wants to know about various realities and various existences and various things. He wants to gain knowledge, he wants to gain wisdom, he wants to gain some conceptions, and in the light of the knowledge he wants to work, and he wants to achieve some aims and objectives, and he wants to struggle. For this purpose, all of the three sources which we have already mentioned are insufficient for him. Now Almighty Allah has ingrained in his nature, in his soul, another source, that is intuition. It has been again mentioned in Holy Quran regarding this specific source. وَمَنْ يُؤْمِنْ بِاللَّهِ يَهْدِي قَلْبَهُ. The man who believes in Allah, Almighty Allah gives guidance to his heart, guidance to his soul. This kind of intuition is also given to the animals, to the birds, and sometimes to the ants, as mentioned in Holy Quran. When the ants were moving on the land and the army of Sayyidina Sulaiman alayhi salam came, and one of the ants said to others, leave the way, maybe that you are crushed and eliminated by the army of Sulaiman alayhi salam. And Sayyidina Sulaiman alayhi salam laughed at her thinking. So in Holy Quran it is stated sometimes this intuition is given to the bee. Intuitions are given to the various animals and birds and the childs of man. And this intuition is given to the man. Sometimes a man dreams, and through his dream he foresees some realities, some situations, some events which are going to come into existence in future, but through dreams sometimes he foresees. And again sometimes you will experience that your father or mother living here in Abu Dhabi, his child or his daughter or son studying in Egypt or studying in London, sometimes mother says that my heart is feeling some sorrow. I feel that anything is bad with my son. And it happens likewise. It is reported to her after 2 or 3 days. So what is the source which has mentioned about this existence to her, to mother? This is the source of intuition. And this intuition, which is ingrained in the nature of every human being, is advanced and developed through self-purification. If the process of purification, the process of tazkiyah, purification, continues, this can develop. And this is normally developed in the most pious people. But again, this source of intuition is also limited source. When all of the four sources of guidance are available to the man, and on the basis of these human sources of guidance, the man wants to know about some realities, one should be very clear that all of these four sources, instinctive and sensual, physical and intellectual and intuitional, spiritual, all of these forces have a limited scope of knowledge. These can perceive the realities of this physical world, but at the same time there are some realities of the metaphysical world which a man cannot perceive through all of these sources. Only the perceptible realities can be perceived and can be known through these sources, but there are some non-perceptible realities beyond the far of senses, beyond the reach of human senses. There are some realities. There are some realities beyond the reach of intellect of the man. There are some metaphysical realities beyond the reach of intuition of the man. The man wants to know, but these sources say that we are not in a position to provide the knowledge about the non-perceptible and non-physical realities of the world. The knowledge gathered through these sources is probable and inconclusive, but man wants the definite knowledge, certain knowledge. The knowledge gathered through these sources is erroneous, is doubtful, but at the same time man in this working in this universe wants the doubtless knowledge, the final knowledge which he can't get through these sources. All of these sources provide the man partial knowledge, and man wants the total knowledge. Totality cannot be known through these sources, and then there are so many questions before the man in this universe. He wants to know, he wants to get the knowledge about those things. For example, the man wants to know from where he has come from. He asks from his instincts, the man asks from his senses, he asks from his intellect, and he asks from his intuition. These souls cannot reply where he has come from. The man wants to know where he has to go, and these sources cannot reply. The man wants to know what is the definite purpose of his creation. These sources cannot give the right answer. The man wants to know what is the expedient place of a man in this universe. These sources cannot provide him the answer. Then the man wants to know what is his reality of his life. These sources cannot provide him the real answer. Man wants to know what is the reality of his death. These sources cannot provide him the real answer. Then the man wants to know what would be done after the death, whether he would exist in a form or not. These sources cannot provide him the real answer. Then the man wants to know about this universe, from where this universe has come, whether this universe was created as a chance or it was created with a specific purpose. These sources cannot provide with him definite answer. Then the man wants to know whether he came into existence itself or anyone created him. These sources cannot give him the answer. He wants to know about his creator. These sources say, sorry, we are not in a position to reply you. Here the man is in a fix. He wants to know with certainty about some realities, and all of these human sources of guidance are not in a position to reply. Here the man asks, here there should be another source of knowledge through which I can know about my origin. I can know about my objective and destination. I can know about my reality. I can know about the reality of the universe. I can know about the reality of the creator. So when he is desperate and he is discouraged from all of these sources, then another source of knowledge comes for his help, and that is the source of divine revelation. It is not ingrained in human nature. That is the source which is revealed by Almighty Allah through prophets, through messengers, through apostles, for the help of mankind. And the revelation says, O man, you wanted to know where you came from. So divine revelation communicated by Almighty Allah gives you the answer that you have come from Alamul Arwah. The man wanted to know where you have to go. The revelation informs him that after death you have to go towards Barzakh, and after death there is a life after death. The man wants to know why he and universe were created by chance. The revelation informs, no, you are not created by chance, but you are created for a specific purpose. Man wants to know, who has created me? The revelation informs that there is a creator. He has created you. He has created your life. He has created your purpose of life. He has created the universe. He has given you a morality. He wants, who is the creator? Revelation says that your creator is Allah. Qul huwallahu ahad. That is the only one creator, without any participation. He has created you. Allah has created the universe. Allah has created you for a specific purpose. وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. He has created the man and created the jinn for the purpose that they may worship him. They may become the true servant of Almighty Allah. So all of these things have been provided by the divine revelation. So that's why on the basis of human sources of guidance, the man cannot get the real, authoritative, satisfactory, total and final knowledge about the realities of the world in this life and in life hereafter. These things can only be provided through revelation. That's why Islamic faith becomes indispensable. If we have no Islamic faith, we cannot get answer of any of these realities. This is only the revelation. This is only the religion. This is only the divine revelation of Quran. This is only the way of the Prophet that provides the man the regular replies of these questions. That's why Almighty Allah has provided us with faith, and the messengers and prophets came to this universe only for the purpose to provide the right guideline to the mankind and to bring the mankind out from the doubt, to bring the mankind out from the darkness of ignorance, to bring the mankind out from suspicions towards the light of knowledge, towards the light of wisdom, towards the light of guidance. That's why it is stated in Holy Quran, قَدْ جَاءَكُم مِّنَ اللَّهِ نُورٌ وَكِتَابٌ مُبِينٌ. And then it is stated, Almighty Allah has sent towards you the light of guidance, that is Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Kitab Mubin, and very clear book, that is the charter of guidance in the form of Quran. And then it is stated that Almighty Allah provides you the guidance to those people who follow the divine revelation of Allah, as stated, فَإِمَّا يَأْتِيَنَّكُم مِّنِّي هُدًى فَمَنْ تَبِعَ هُدَايَ فَلَا خَوْفٌ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا هُمْ يَحْزَنُونَ. Those who follow my divine revelation and follow the path of Islam, they would be provided full guidance, and through this guidance they would be preserved and protected from every kinds of fear and sorrows. وَمَا عَلَيْنَا إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ.